god.
Oh, there's certainly a taboo in the kink community around
don't say it that way.
Philia play.
Oh, thank God. Oh, that's good. No, that's good.
Thank God, even the kink community is disgusted by it. Wow.
Yeah, based.
There are folks who have concerns around consent. I don't worry over much about issues of consent if I'm talking about a maggot.
Okay, I'm glad he followed it up with that. So that's what I was saying, right? Like, who cares if bugs can consent? They're not like an actual. I guess now I know they're. But it's a bug. Who cares?
It's a creature. You're putting a stain on its soul. It's rape.
Is it morally incorrect to rape the bug before you kill it?
Yes!
I don't know. Maybe I'm just racist against bugs, but like I don't give a shit. I think it's disgusting, but I don't care what people do with them.
Oh my god.
Maggot has no
Oh my god.
reasoning or thought process really of any kind. I very much don't feel that way about, say, my dog. My dog clearly is capable of making
Why did he bring his dog into this?
Well, he's saying his dog like has like higher thinking, so it obviously like consent would matter with your dog.
Yeah, this is
And dogs
exactly
can't consent.
what I was saying earlier.
But like, just because, okay, if somebody's in a coma, that doesn't make it okay to rape them just because they're not like operating at that level of consciousness, and you know, like just because like their thought process is not like at that level doesn't mean you can just go into a coma ward.
I agree, but just because a person goes into a coma, they don't stop being a person. They still have human rights. Bugs don't have rights.
But why should bugs not have rights? What? They're still a living creature just because they're operating at like the intelligence of a person in a coma. Actually, but even more so than that. You know, bugs are still trying to live their lives, man. They're still hunting. They're nature's little robots. They're still going out and they're doing stuff. You know, they're trying to live. They want to survive. And you're pulling them from their natural processes, and you're not even like giving them a more fulfilling or rich life, rich life, right? Because like you can have like pet bugs, and you can make sure they live like a nice long life in there, and you feed them, and like it's technically like you are basically like kidnapping these creatures from the wild, but they're still like living like a fulfilled life. But if you're raping the insect, it's not living a fulfilled life. It's being stained and it's raw.
As a local bug rights activist, can you explain to me how you know that the bug isn't consenting to what this man is doing? How do you know?
Consent? Any line of reasoning you would apply to your dog. You can apply to
the dog has higher brain activity. Of course it can't consent because it can't speak to you.
So what would make an insect able to consent, Kirsche?
Well, they don't have a high enough brain activity to either consent or not consent.
So they can't consent!
So they're just playthings for humans at this point. Maybe you are giving them a higher fulfillment in life because you're using them for a human maybe rape is the higher purpose for bugs.
God, you're sick.
That's like I don't care. They can rape all the bugs they want. Nothing's gonna happen except us calling them freaks.
It's more okay. You can go out and you could rape orphans.
Are you okay? Do you need a drink?
Okay. What about like the undesirables of society, right? Like you have like orphans and they're not allowed to.
Just because nobody wants the orphans doesn't mean it's okay to rape them, Pippa!
I'm touching the bugs!
What's the bugs? Oh my god.
So
alive!
They're both alive, Kirsche!
And if the orphans eat the bugs to sustain themselves because their orphanage won't feed them, I don't care about the bugs!
People eat cows, you know, like it's okay. You eat to live. You don't live to rape.
I mean, maybe some people do.
Oh my god!
Well, what about that earthworm? And I had someone say to me at a class once, she said, you know, well, that earthworm hasn't consented to being on your genitals. And my response...
Don't laugh, Kirsche!
Just a normal conversation between classmates, dude!
Oh god. Also, Tessa in class. Yeah, he's a BDSM educator. Hopefully for adults.
Hopefully.
Response to that was, that earthworm also doesn't know that it's on my genitals.
See?
Well, like, insects and stuff like do know, like about their surroundings and shit. Like, right? Maybe the earthworm isn't capable of like conceptualizing, like mammal mating rituals and shit. But like insects do procreate. So it's like, you could apply the same logic to like your dog. Well, your dog like doesn't know what your dick is.
Yeah, but your dog knows that something's hurting it.
Insects can feel pain.
Can they?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna look this up.
Google it.
Can insects? Oh, it's like the top result. Scholars have long recognized that the survival value of pain means many animals experience it, supposedly with the exception of insects.
Oh, f off.
We surveyed more than 300 scientific studies and found evidence that some insects may feel pain. However, the majority do not.
I think they feel pain. I think they feel pain. Because
Well, I admitted I was wrong when I read the Smithsonian say that they were animals, okay?
yeah, but I'm right. Science just hasn't caught up with me yet. Science just hasn't caught up
like,
yet.
fuck the scientist, I am the science!
Back to the video.
The earthworms are being sold either as bird or reptile food or for fishing. No one worries about the consent around that. But if you bring genitals into
Nobody worries about like a workhorse consenting to fucking pulling a plow either, though.
I love animal slave labor.
Yeah, like this is fine. Like it's an animal.
Are we giving the animals a higher purpose in life by enslaving them and making them do our chores for us, though?
I don't know if it's a higher purpose, but I think it's a fine purpose.
So, what's the difference between enslaving an animal and making it plow your fields and putting a worm on your dick?
Because one is tied to sexual degeneracy, and sex is an entirely like hedonistic thing unless you're doing it to procreate, and you're not gonna procreate with a praying mantis, so you shouldn't put it on your dick. Okay?
Sound reasoning, right? But like, what if you love the bug? Wouldn't you want to make love to something that you're in love with?
It's a bug.
Yeah, but he loves it.
So?
People can marry anime holograms.
Anime holograms aren't alive. The bugs are alive. And so you're still raping it even if you love it. The bug can't consent.
What about if you got like one of the AI waifus?
It's still not alive. It's still just lines of code. It doesn't
Even if
have
it
a
gains
soul.
sentience and starts feeling things?
It doesn't have a soul, Kirsche!
Bugs don't have a soul either, Pippa!
Hell!
They do not!
Hell!
We're not gonna die and go to heaven and see bugs flying around up there!
There's gonna be bugs in heaven!
No, there's not! They
Yes,
don't
there
deserve to be there!
Yes, they do.
The bugs are in hell and used as torture devices for people who are terrified of bugs.
No. Well, maybe some of them. But most bugs go to heaven.
Those dogs go to heaven, Pippa, not bugs!
Dogs go to heaven as well.
Do you think that the bugs have their own form of religion and they have to abide by a code to either go to bug heaven or bug hell to torture humans?
I think mosquitoes and shit like that goes to hell. Like cute stuff like Japanese rhinoceros beetles and stuff, those go to heaven.
I guess the fairy moths are pretty cute.
Yeah. Rosy
Yeah,
maple
they're cute.
moths. Oh, cute bugs.
Bugism. We're being racist against certain types of bugs.
Kirsche is!
What? You just said the mosquitoes go to hell! You're also a racist!
No, that's because the mosquitoes inflict pain upon others. There's a
What
moral
about
line of
other bugs
reasoning.
that inflict pain? Like scorpion! Or the
I love
spiders that
scorpions.
don't...
Oh, I love emperor scorpions especially. Have you seen those? They glow under UV.
Yeah, those are cool.
They're sick, dude. But they probably go to hell.
They probably glow better down there, let's be real.
Probably. They glow with the FBI agents.
The
CIA.
FBI agents have pet emperor scorpions?
Oh, probably.
How horrifying.
I don't... Okay, without getting into like a religious debate, I just want to say, it's really annoying when you ask somebody, they're like, you're like, do animals go to heaven, do you think? And they're like, oh, no. And then you're like, but do you think dogs go to heaven? And they're like, oh, well, of course. And it's like, well...
Aren't they just being the same as you with the bugs? They're saying animals don't go to heaven, but the dogs get a pass, right? And you're doing the same thing with the bugs.
I think all bugs have souls! And they're gonna go to heaven or hell.
The only way that bugs have souls is that, like, if reincarnation is real, and if you were a shit higher being than a bug in a previous life, you get reincarnated as a bug. And even then, if you were shitty enough to get reincarnated as a bug, is it still morally bad to then kill the bug? I don't think so.
I think it depends on why you killed the bug.
It's gross.
I don't think just killing something because it's gross is a good moral line of reasoning. I think this is bad. You're
I think
getting
it's
negative
perfectly
karma.
fine.
No, you don't smack people just because they're ugly, Kirsche, do you?
Well, no, because those are humans, and that would be rude.
But the bug is okay. You could just go out of your way to kill a bug just because it's ugly. Just because
Yeah, especially if the bug is a reincarnated human that was bottom of the totem pole, like a pedophile or some shit, right? That's what makes you feel better when you kill the bug.
You're f***ed up. You go
I
out of your
just
way to
don't
kill an
believe you.
insect?
What?
You go out of your way to kill insects?
I mean, if they come near me, yes.
You're f***ed up.
What? You said you kill them when they touch you too!
Well, I'm trying to keep the ant population down in my room, so sometimes, yes, I kill
Yay!
the ants, okay? But, like, I had a wolf spider in my house the other day, and I just chased that bitch out the door!
I do it!
I didn't kill the wolf spider, I just chased that bitch out the door, and it was fine! I didn't need to kill him! You would've just killed him!
Yeah, I would've just killed him, because he came into my personal space, alright? We had an agreement that he doesn't appear in front of me, and if he does, I kill him, and he broke that agreement.